So 1 minute to go before we start our introduction. Okay. Okay, so let's start from Anis. How's your week been? Then we'll move straight to anointing. So how's your week been? How was the weekend and how is the new week going?
GM everyone. My weekend was great and the new week just started, but so far so good. And how is everyone doing too? How you doing too? Thanks.
Fine, thank you. Let's go straight to anointing.
Hey,
GM
GM,
anointing.
everybody. GM, how y'all doing? Hey, my week was great. Being the real life event for Network and Bankless Africa, and it was freaking stressful, man.
Wow.
Anyway, it's a great week, so we have a lot to push out this week as this week entails as well. Yeah. So wish everyone good luck, man.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Chameleon, how is the weekend going and how is how is your weekend and how is this week going for you, Chameleon?
Yeah, GM everyone. Actually, my weekend was great, but I had to create like a couple of designs during the weekend and had to go for some relaxation. Happy New Week, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Nice meeting you guys again.
Thank you very much. D1. D1.
MGM, everyone. I actually have a great weekend and I'm hoping for a better week. Thank you.
Yeah, let's move to God with us. God with us. How you doing, sir?
All right, GM everyone. GM, yeah, I'm good. My weekend was so awesome and I'm looking forward to a better week this week. I hope we all are doing great.
Yeah, thank you. Oluwashijibumi, let's hear from you, sir. Oluwashijibumi, are you with us?
Yeah, GM everyone. My weekend was filled with traveling. I spent most of my weekend traveling. I went to represent Bankless Africa together with other team members at Lagos in an event, and I traveled on Saturday also. So yesterday I spent working on other bounties I have in the DAO. So with today. So it has been an eventful weekend and also today.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, let's go straight to Oge. How was your weekend and how is your new week going? Oge.
Wow, Jim, you guys, yeah. Oh my God, wow, I just joined and an equation is coming right at me. All right, my weekend was fine, yeah. It was fine, just that I wish it did not end, right? But it was okay, yeah. Yeah, so a good another week to start dowing and yeah, schooling. Yeah. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's it, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Then we have Scene One. How's your week going and how was your weekend? Scene One.
GM everyone, yeah, my week's been good. My weekend's been good too. I've been resting a little bit, and yeah, today I had school, but it was pretty good. So yeah, I'm also quite happy I'm in school again. You know, had holidays and yeah,
Oh,
over the summer. And yeah, hope everyone's doing fine as well. And yeah,
yeah, thank you very much, Saint. Let's go straight to Ska. How you doing, sir?
Jam, everyone. I've been good. My weekend was great. Just looking forward to the new week. Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. So let's go straight to Sprinkles. Did I get
GM.
that correctly?
Yep, you did. Thank you. How's everyone
Yeah,
doing?
okay.
Um, I had a eventful weekend, busy Saturday, and then unfortunately I had to take yesterday off. But I am got a couple things going on today, so I hope everyone has a good week. Thank you.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, I think Kutubu jumped in. Kutubu sir, how was your weekend and how is your new week going? Kutubu. Okay, let's go straight to Starfly.
Hey JM,
Starfly.
how's everyone today?
Oh, fine, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, Starfly. How is your weekend? How was your weekend and how is this new week going?
My weekend was uneventful. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Wow. Hello. Thank you for speaking up.
Yeah?
Warrior. I said thank you for speaking up. Thank you.
Okay, this is
Warrior.
my first time talking.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thank you for taking the courage to speak up. Thank you.
Okay.
Warrior.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Um, my weekend was fine. I spent time resting and I caught up with friends and family as well. And also this week, I look forward to more working more on the DAO. And that's pretty much it.
Wow. That's nice. Keeping up with friends and family. That's awesome. Um, Wales. Wales. GM
Jam,
Wales, are you with us, sir? Awesome.
jam. I'm good. My weekend was fine. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Simply Anna.
Yeah, GM, Spirited F, and everyone in this call. My weekend was great. I also wish it didn't end, but I'm hoping to have a productive week.
Awesome. Ernest. GM, sir.
GM, doing great. Glad to hear everybody's doing great.
Awesome. So I think I missed special agent. Special agent, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Are you doing
I'm doing great.
awesome? Awesome. And Crown as well. How you doing, sir?
Yeah,
Are you
everyone.
doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So let's go straight to what we have on the list. Then checking out the announcement, we have a to do there. So we said last week Ernest mentioned it was budgeted for a recent research discussion meeting sync. The poll has ended with yes. We should have one. The next step is poll to decide frequency and time. Ernest, do you have anything to say on that?
Nope, sounds like a good next step.
Okay, awesome. Since we have the poll, everyone voting yes, so the next step is to get the time. Okay, so let's move straight to governance from Ernest. Do we have any updates? Anything, sir?
We do. Let me share my screen real quick. I'm just gonna take a few minutes. Um, So essentially, I just wanted to go over the comments that have been made on these 3 governance documents for the guild. And so, just so folks know, if you know, for a lot of folks that have been spending a lot of time observing and trying to learn, about the Research Guild and, how to participate in it, these governance docs really outline the process for how that happens, and frames the type of work that we do in the guild. So for comments on the vision and mission page, I have a comment that suggests changing mission and vision to the word purpose. Would also replace these goals with to achieve the purpose of the Research Guild, as this comment over here. And there's also a comment that suggests removing support research work and talent recruitment for projects across the DAO, and instead replace it with support the development of research talent. The main difference is that supporting the development of research talent could be done through supporting research work and talent recruitment on other projects, but it can be done in a variety of other ways too. So it's just a statement that shifts somewhat the purpose of the guild to just more align with developing research talent, helping people develop the skills they need to be able to do research, and to research, different things in Web3. The next document is the proposal framework. And so the proposal framework is essentially the document that describes all the steps for how you bring proposals or suggestions into the guild. For the most part, this is kind of a standardized process. So the main thing is that we want to just make sure that, any links to like channels in the Discord or threads match up with the current state of how we have Discord organized. But there's currently no comments or suggestions or proposals for change to the proposal framework. And if folks, should make sure that they understand this basic process. It's mostly the same process throughout the whole DAO. And then the third page I wanted to just briefly go over is future goals. And this kind of, is the document that shapes our strategic thinking and discussions. And so currently, this future goals is more questions than specifics. But currently, future goals are to just better clarify, what interest groups and work groups are in the guild, what is the, process for projects, and what is the onboarding experience for members. We have a few key projects that we want to make sure have clear onboarding purposes. And I guess the one, if I was to sum up future goals into one sentence about, a goal that we could have for next season, it would be to, do more onboarding, research, and development for guild members with learner roles. And so this just kind of recognizes that most of the, a lot of the members in the Research Guild and in, other guilds in general, um, we have a lot of learners. And we have a lot of processes in guilds and in the Research Guild focused more on contributors. And so, there's this experience of learners or people when they first come into the Research Guild, that I'm sure folks can attest to, where it's just very confusing. So I think, my suggestion and, would be, does anyone object to, just spending more effort focusing on, the learners that are coming into the guild, so that they can, learn how to be contributors. And so that's kind of the review of those 3 pages. Does anybody have any, immediate comments or concerns or suggestions about these 3 pages? If you're not comfortable, verbally expressing an opinion, you can always go to these pages that are linked in today's notes and leave your own comments on those pages. And we'll just review these for, another week, and then we'll move on to the other pages in the guild governance docs, which will begin to actually shape our next season's budget. So that's all we have from Northwind this week, unless any of our learners have anything they want to add.
Yeah, thank you, Ernest. Does anyone have anything to add? Yeah, from my side, Ernest, I don't have any objection because for the onboarding part you said, making it focusing on the new learners and helping them understand how to contribute in the research guild is a very, very good initiative. Bringing that up, because honestly we had to figure our way out here. When I came in, I hardly I didn't know what to actually do. I had to just go around, ask so many questions. I had to figure out majorly most of everything I know, and I am majorly everything I know out myself. So if we could focus more on new contributors, new researchers, and help them out, it will be really nice. I think for me, I love that idea. So any other person with comment on that before we go to the next one? Any person? Anybody?
I have one comment. Obviously, Ernest, we would think about like helping them how exactly. Like, did you have thoughts? Do you have thoughts on that? Like helping them.
I do. Specifically, I'm trying to develop basically a research project that tests onboarding tools, 3 of them in particular. And so I feel that we can develop a project for next season where we're testing onboarding tools by onboarding ourselves, and then kind of learning how to do research on our own onboarding experiences and publishing and sharing that research in order to develop research talent. And since onboarding is such a huge thing in Web3, learning some of the new tools that are coming out for onboarding. And I've actually, gotten permission, from 3 of these applications to work with um, their team and their community. So I have some ideas, that I'd
That
like to.
sounds a lot of test-owish.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing is, I just started a discussion in TestDAO that kind of frames out some of these onboarding tools that we've all kind of already been testing a little bit. And I've recently met with like the dev and founders of these applications. So there's an opportunity to kind of get onboarded into, you know, communities that focus in onboarding. So yeah, and you know, essentially it's just kind of restructuring our onboarding to focus more on um, educational opportunities, I guess, instead of, you know, currently it's kind of just framed out. Whereas we figure once you've met with the talent, you know, the Southwind role holder once or twice, we figure you're just ready to contribute. And that's just not the case. And so by essentially testing these other applications, we can test and report on our own experiences and onboarding. And then that provides valuable content to the DAO, to the IMNs, to the other groups that we work with. And this would be like a 1 year, you know, project and participation agreement. But yeah, it has some very, I think, well-defined tasks and steps. And yeah, I think folks would be interested in it. Uh, I think it would get people.
TikTok,
Well,
are
now
you
we know Ninja. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
You know, now we've got the Notion Ninja and Crew 3, which I'm not sure if they're, if anyone's at the other end of the information that they put in, but they could just kind of like somebody does them and then nothing from them. If you understand what I'm saying, if I'm making sense at all. It's like the new member would go in. Am I cutting out? I'm sorry.
Just a little bit.
So is there like a another end on Crew 3 and Notion Ninja, like that after the tests are completed, after the tasks are submitted on Crew 3, like that follows through or follows up?
Well, yeah. So that adopting it as a project would mean that we, you know, essentially have to, you know, use it, you know, adopt it, adopt these tools, meet with their devs on a regular basis, meet with their community on a regular basis, um, bring information back to the research guild through updates on a regular basis.
Yeah, so right now it just seems like those couple tools that are being used right now aren't like the capacity there to follow through with them. So it just seems like adding on all additional things doesn't sound super feasible to me, but I'm sure it is.
Yeah, well, you can't just like build something and throw it out there, right? No matter what tool it is, there's always this, like, even in Discord, like, how do you actually engage with people in Discord? You can't just create a thread in a channel and then expect something to happen. And so yeah, all that will have to happen. I think developing a relationship with the applications themselves, create like a learning opportunity for the people testing the applications. Um, it will take people that, you know, want to help um, bring people through these applications. You know, uh, it'll take people teaching each other how to use the applications and how, you know, you have to commit to using them. You know, if it's something that you want to do. And some of these tools are already being used in other places of the DAO. So it would really, you know, also just kind of support some of the things that are already happening. But yeah, I've been, essentially I've just been meeting with these companies. I meet with them on a monthly basis now. And so it's at a point in my relationship with these applications and these communities that, I think there's opportunity for Research Guild members. Um, there's opportunity to earn tokens in their communities and rewards. Um, and people fundamentally need some like small research projects, and there just hasn't been you know how do we get people engaged in them and interested in them? And through researching onboarding, hopefully we'll find out what is engaging and what isn't.
Yeah.
Because not everything works for everybody, and we're still trying to figure things out.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Also, okay. Okay. Who is speaking?
yeah. So this could you want to just chip in something small on the governance thing. Yeah. So I think we are on the right track here, right? Trying to find our base. So talking of the the onboarding, right? We have and this we are doing well on to the onboarding aspect, right? And the actual research aspect, because we are being tagged as the research guild. So the question that has been lingering in my head is that when you go to other guilds, okay, for instance, when you go to say a developer guild, dev guild, when you go there are a couple of things that they put in place, right? For instance, there are a lot of tutorials there whereby when new member you come, you get onboarded. There are sessions whereby you go in, even if you don't have any skill or on development, you can go in there and learn, you know, and learn from the scratch, going up, and for some times you gain that skills. And also, if you have the skills, when you go in there, you can polish it well and fit in properly. So right now, the question is that I'm throwing out is so the research guild. Uh, let's say someone is coming in and the person is properly onboarded in the matter of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Can a person come out boldly that I'm a researcher? I've gained a skill whereby I can go out there and do research, right? So that's the question I'm putting for members to know whether can we develop a framework whereby after properly onboarded, members can gain a skill, because I believe that doing a research is also a skill that one has to acquire. So as a research guild, what are the things that we are supposed to put in place whereby if a person from scratch comes in and is interested in research work, interested in the future being a researcher in Web3, can we actually come up with that curriculum and whereby the person can get that skills? Yeah, so that is my question.
Ernest, do you have anything to say on that?
No, that's it's a good question. Because currently we don't have that clear pathway for how to be a researcher. Um, what we've been trying to build are pathways to doing research, and identifying work streams, that want to do some type of research or already doing research in other parts of the DAO. And so that's one of the reasons why there's this, membership discussion. Guild membership rights and responsibilities, where we're looking at, what is the talent pathway of a member as they come into the research guild. And, before we develop a talent pathway for a researcher, we have to understand the talent pathway of a guild member. And if we don't know, or we're not taking into consideration that so many people are learners, then that those first early stages are just going to have a lot of friction. And so, there's kind of a discussion now that breaks down membership pathway for a guild member, so that there's a learner phase, there's a new joiner phase, and then a learner phase, and then you can practice contributing, and then be a contributor. And then once we have kind of those 4 stages of guild member development, then we can start, as we get contributors, and really start looking at, well, how do you start doing research? What's a talent development pathway for doing research? And some of it is just basic tooling. So historically, over the last couple seasons, we've tried to focus on education and getting people to understand, like, Discord and Notions and Gnosis, and Seshbot, because these are all basic tools that you need just to project manage, just to develop any kind of talent or do any kind of project. There's some core skills that people are lacking as contributors, that they need to learn, as learners, first. And so that's been kind of like my experience of the onboarding process, is that, I basically bought my bank, a year ago, I bought 35,000 bank, and in a month, people called me a contributor, a core contributor. I was at L2. And I don't really, think I earned it. I think I've still, in this learning phase, and it's been a year now. And there's definitely some ways I know to contribute now, but by and large, there's just this huge gap. And so, yeah, it's a great question, and that's the work of the guild, is, as members, who are we? What are we here for? Um, how do we want to learn? How do the people that show up want to learn? And then when it comes to the governance docs, and our like our incentive structure and stuff, how does it reflect how we actually are working? And how people want to work, because we can always design ways for other people to work, but fundamentally, every season we have to check in and make sure that the guild is facilitating the development of talent within the guild, whether that's basic skills for a long time before we get to research skills, whether it's specific research projects that allow you to focus in on particular skills. As members, we get to decide how we want to do that, and the questions that we ask, and um, how we help each other out.
Can I add something real quick? Because that question was amazing. That's probably the best question that I've heard in a month. And I have to totally agree with you. And we should be teaching people how to research. And like just as you were talking, Ernest, I feel like the testing, and this is my opinion, the like testing of various projects should be like a test DAO thing, because that's I think what they were, I believe what they were intended for. And the research guild, my thoughts are they should the research guild should be intended for the development of researchers. So Katubu, that was awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone, for your input. Thank you very much for your input. So, thank you very much, Ernest, for that. So, I don't see OG here. I don't see OG here, but if you are, that's our talent coordinator, is the member care. If you are in need of, if you are confused about anything and you need to know about research guild, you can just reach out to him on Wednesdays by 3 p.m. UTC. That's his office hour. So let's just quickly get the East Wind update from Think. Thank you.
GM, hello everyone. Hope you are having a great start of the week. East Wind, not much of an update. We are thinking of, I think Ernest made a good suggestion of having a check-in on the current project. So I'm working on a form, and we will be sending the form to the project coordinators or champions, just as a way of checking in and seeing how they are doing, if they have any challenges, etc., that we can help out with. So that is the update from Israel. Apart from that, we don't have anything major. I would touch on this again, that we have our bi-weekly calls.
Yeah, go ahead, Think.
Yes, I'm giving the update. I don't know if I'm coming. Who is Ragia? Is it me or Spirited?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess my voice gets to you late, probably a seconds late, later when I said it.
Oh, okay. So a bit of a lag. Yeah, so I was just wrapping up with the fact that we have a bi-weekly call for project support. And so if you have a project and you want to swing by and tell us some of the challenges you are facing and get support, I think we would be happy to have you. In fact, if you are within any project and you don't even have anything at all, any problem at all, and you still want to swing by because it's a project time, you still want to swing by and have general conversation on project stuff, feel free. And I'm also sort of going to sort of extend it to if you have ideas, on how projects should be organized or etc., anything concerning projects, do well to also swing by, and yeah, we'll be happy to have you. So that is the update. And so the question that is going on, I think I like it. It opens the discussion to a lot of things that a couple of members have also tried to touch on, and the fact that the direction of the guild is like, research guild should do research, or at least one of the trends that have become clear in some of the guild is talent development and projects, right? And I don't think it's anything new. It's just that some guilds have just taken the initiative to really implement it well, because already guild fundamentally are talent developers, right? So for like research guild, it is expected for the guild to develop research talent, right? One guild or two guilds that I'll use as an example, for instance, is the Writers Guild. And I like their model a lot because they shape they ship articles, they ship publications, but at the same time also they have education series that teaches people how to become writers, right? How to be I think recently they've even had governance stuff. And I think Research Guild too is doing well when it comes to like the governance aspect. But most of their focus is if you look at it critically, most of their focus is on two things. The first one is the talent development, where they have the writers cohort for developing writing talent, and then they also have their main stuff like publishing the roll-ups, the newsletters, and also even getting client work and then working on client work for people, for projects, etc. If you look at the Education Guild too, you see that um, something that I've developed within the guild is the how-to sessions and the knowledge sessions. And it's like gradually the Education Guild is taking it to another level where they have begun to partner with protocols to, to come in and do how-to session. So with the Research Guild, I think that it's great. The question has come at a really, really wonderful time where we need to step, just step our foot down and look at how to maybe overhaul the entire guild rules, procedures, etc. Rethink, probably maybe rethink from the scratch and see how best we can restructure the guild in its entirety. If we have to even scrap some rules or realign the rules to focus on talent development and product development. When I say product development, I mean research, right? Research. Because my main issue that I've always held on to is the fact that a guild should at least ship one way or the other what the guild does, right? So Education Guild ships education. Writers Guild ship writing, like publication. So Research Guild, what do we ship? At the end of the day, that's where like the talent that we are developing, that is where we can see whether the talent development is really working or not, right? So that is my contribution to the discussion of the question that Kutubu raised.
Thank you very much, Think. Anytime you're in a meeting, the leadership spirit. Thank you very much for that. So, taking that, do anybody have or you just have any questions, any question you want to raise, anything that is bothering you, anything you are not in, and people could answer you. Do you have any update or any question on that? Okay, so if we don't have anyone speaking up, then we could move straight to West Wind. That's Crown. GM sir, Crown.
Hi guys, GM everyone. So for the West Wind, there is nothing much, no much updates. Most of the projects and activities going on in the DAO has been shared previously, and some of the guild members have joined those guilds, like the Writers Guild, the Marketing Guild, where there are bounties and opportunities to carry out research and copywriting works. So that's then due to that, I've been looking for opportunities on D Work too. I shared one last week, and after the call, I'll be sharing another link to a bounty I feel can be useful to some of the members here in the guild. So that's basically it from my side. I don't know if Kutubo also adds one or two things to add. Yeah.
So thank you, Crown. Yeah, so It's basically the same thing. So if you are interested in participating in an ongoing research work, I think you can you can join the Edu Guild, right? So they have an ongoing research works that they use for uh, analysis sessions and how to sessions. So you can join in there and take the part that you can do. And at the end of the day, there's a bounty for it. If you can get that. Also, let me go straight. You can also hop into Bankless Africa to we have an active research going on. So you can get in. It's beginner friendly. No, we are all starting and we are all learning. So you can get in there and you know we can do some research. And for the Bangladesh Africa, we meet on every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. UTC. Right, every Thursday 2:30 p.m. UTC. So you can come in there and let's plug you in. Also, the next thing is concerning the research we are doing. There's a survey form that we are circulating, and it is specifically for Africans to actually fill in the forms. We are taking the data on the opportunities and the problems that Africans are facing in Web3. So I think everyone should do well and fill that form. And I'll be posting it in the chatter. So if you have not filled the form, please kindly hop right in and fill it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Crown and Kutubu. So, do anybody have questions on now that you'd like to drop? Do you have a question on that? Okay. Ernest, I have a question. I going through the membership. There's a channel. I guess the membership under the Research Guild membership rights. I think I saw something there talking about the Education Guild being short of educators. Can you like give a little talk on that, if to see if there's a way we could literally researchers could like also work there, so or in a way or if Education Guild could fit in here too as well. So that's my question, sir.
Yeah, so in Education Guild, in the education work group, we essentially are designing um, knowledge and how-to sessions on a lot of topics, a lot of basic DAO tooling, um, a lot of basic like Web3 education, um, and every each each knowledge session starts out as a research project where we gotta put together some resources or find somebody else's resources. We have to turn them into PowerPoints, and then once we have a PowerPoint, um, we can develop a how-to session on it. And then the the idea is that once somebody's attended a how-to session, 3 to 5 times, they should be able to then be able to lead that how-to session. So for folks who can, you know, research applications, understand how to use them and their tools, and then also understand how to teach those tools to others, mostly through, just walking through with folks, the application. Um, it's a lot of work, and it's a continuous, never ending work stream. that creates value, that creates content, and to the extent that we can, you know, capture these educational experiences and opportunities and recreate them, it just creates more media for, a media DAO. So there's definitely
Wow, awesome.
there's definitely opportunities for, research in, Education Guild. They definitely occasionally do some deep dives into some topics. Um, and also, we really want to be able to help people. So Bankless Africa is another, good example where, you know, every podcast has a research work stream, whether it's Crypto Sapiens, Bankless Africa, How to Bank. And so to the extent that we can support learners, learning how to do those tasks and learning how to support those work groups, that will, hopefully lead to some talent development through practice. But, you know, you want to be able to attend that media node's research work sessions, you know, and the stewards of those research work streams, to the extent that they can communicate with Research Guild, their needs and their blockers, then the guild can focus, on supporting that work group or that work stream. Um, the trickiest part is often, meeting together with people to decide on things to do. But these are definite work streams that are established that people are always looking for help with, whether it's the podcast hatchery, or the Bankless Academy. Every education course that they develop starts out as a research work stream. Um, and then we got the work streams in the guild, are kind of specialized too, where we have Test DAO that, focuses on testing things, and they're, looking for grants. So that's basically grant seeking is research. Everybody in Bankless DAO is trying to figure out how to secure and get grants. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities out there for folks, and we need to know if these opportunities are easy to participate in. We need to know if um, are there timing issues, or do they need help recording meetings, just so that the information can get spread to everybody that's interested. um, I always fall back that there's lots of basics that we could always like continually review and, practice and try out.
Yo, Ernest, that was awesome. Oh, and you just reminded me something by mentioning Gitcoin. Okay, so everyone, we have like Gitcoin round 15 is up and it is currently active. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you. I'm loving this. Please, if you are not watching Ernest's screen, please do so right now. And we have projects there that needs everyone's support. All right. So we have the Bankless DAO project, and it includes a list of projects from Research Guild itself, Bankless Africa, International Media Node, and Bankless Academy in there. And we need funding. And the way Gitcoin works is that it works via the quadratic funding method. And as you want to do BanklessDAO project, BanklessDAO project, yeah, that's the name of the round, because we've aggregated all of the projects and we've put it into one. So, oh shit, it's not showing. It should be in the main. It should be in the main round. Oh, are they saying NS is a bot?
They're just testing me.
Uh,
So they got.
So once NS is looking for the
Yeah, I have
for
no
the
idea. I've never been. Somehow I got some Gitcoin tokens once. So I have
That's
no idea how the
interesting.
website works, but
Okay, so let me, I don't know if I should share my screen, but probably let me just direct you. Can you go back to the page, click on Gitcoin? Yes. And then you would come to the search button. No. Wait. You have to sign in first. NS, you haven't signed in.
There's nothing for me.
Come to product. Come to product. Come to product. Go to grants. Grant, yep. And then, sign in.
No, crap.
You don't have account?
No. As I said, I don't even
Oh,
know how I got
shit.
tokens.
Wow. Oh, shit. Should I share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is also a very good session for folks who Gitcoin is good. If you're in Web3, you should really do one or two things.
Let's go.
Okay, so let me go back to Gitcoin. So Gitcoin is an open source funding platform, and you can list projects there, and the entire world would fund your project. And it works on the quadratic funding mechanism. The simplest way to explain the quadratic funding mechanism is the fact that the more people fund your project, there's a funding pool. The more percentage you will get from the funding pool. So it is not based on the amount of funding that you receive per se. It is based on the number of people who give you the funding. So, for instance, one project that gets maybe $5,000 funding from one person will get less funding in total from a project that gets $1 funding from maybe 100 people, right? So it's like if your it's based on the public good ethos that the more people like your project, it means that the more it is a public good. So that is the way. So if you go to Gitcoin, you have to have an account, and there's a lot of benefit to having a Gitcoin account. I'll touch on that briefly. But you sign up, and then you go to the grant, right? If you go to grant, click on it, and then go to, you can create like collections, etc. But usually I'll just go to explore grant, right? I use this one, explore grant. And then they will tell you to maximize your impact. There's now a passport, a Gitcoin passport, and it's basically like a Web3 passport now that they issue. So before you get the passport, you have to participate in some anti-cyber mechanism, like verify your Twitter, your email, and the more they verify you as an actual human being, the more they give you score, right? So the highest score you can attain is 150. So if you get 150, it means that when you give $1, you like the $1 you get more value out of the $1. So some of the grant, if you give $1, they match you to like $300. Just for like giving $1. I know I'm not explaining it well because this is not it's just an impromptu sort of session that I wanted the folks to know. So if you go to the round, explore grant, view all grant, right? Wow, where is this thing? Okay, let me see. BanklessDAO. Yeah, sometimes the website messes up a bit, so even sometimes you have to refresh it. Okay, so if you see my screen, this is it, right? This is it. You would see BanklessDAO projects. Then you can add it to cart, or you can open it and read it. Oh, are they saying I'm a bot? No, I'm not. Verify. Boom. Okay. So now, like, we need people to sign up and try contributing here. So, when you, these are the projects, the Academy, Bankless Research, Bankless Africa, Bankless Africa. So the more people who go and then give us the funding, like maybe $1, the more we are likely to get, we are likely to get more funding. So if you go here, just go to like add to cart. I'm not able to do because I am part of the team, so they will not allow me to contribute to this thing. So you go to checkout. Let's see if it will work. And here, right, if the amount that you want to allocate, I do my this thing in DAI. I don't do it in Ethereum. They have various tokens that you can do. You can actually check out on Polygon, but for now, I always check out on ZK Sync. ZK Sync is a new, it's one of the awesome L2s that is coming up. And if they issue tokens, if you have ever contributed on Gitcoin using ZK Sync, there might be a slight chance that you will get some airdrops. So here, if you have more than one project, it will all show up. And then if you click on this amount you want to allocate to all of the projects, and you click on apply to all, it will reflect in all of the projects, right? In fact, there's another project I want to fund, which is let me just use this opportunity to fund it. It's the crypto fees, right? Crypto fees. Those of us who have wallet would see that cryptofees.info. And that is this software, the one that has always been the GUI, this one. This is next block, but yeah, the one that has so let me add it to the cart. And I think there is another one too that I want to fund, and that is Crypto Sapiens. Crypto Sapiens. Yes, let's check out Crypto Sapiens. Ooh, is that it? Nah, I don't think so. Let me just go here. Okay, so while I'm looking for my project to fund, why should you fund projects on Gitcoin? Well, number one is it's public goods, right? A lot of the Web3 projects need funding, and this is a way that the entire world can come together fund these projects. So that is the first one. The second one is that there is a high likely chance that if you are an active funder of Gitcoin, you are likely to get airdrops. So FYI, the BanklessDAO criteria for the BanklessDAO, there was an airdrop to people who funded Bankless on Gitcoin. They got 35,000 bank. So okay, so if you are someone who funds a lot of projects, you are likely to get a lot of airdrops. And some of the major protocols and Okay, let me add some of the major protocols like Gitcoin, BanklessDAO, DeSci. They all, they all give people who funded them on Gitcoin some of the airdrops, and you don't have to fund plenty. I just do one die because my distance is high, my score is high. So yeah, some people sent me stuff to fund. So let's see. I want to fund 10 projects right now. Lobby 3, did they announce their link to Gitcoin? Yes, they did. Lobby 3 Gitcoin, okay. So Bankless Research is part of the Bankless DAO project. So please, if you are here, sign up. This is a good opportunity to get on like Gitcoin, doing good. So try and sign up and then fund it. This is the Web3 journal DAO. I don't know what this one is. I don't know. Okay, wait, hold up. Some folks reach out to me to fund their project. Let's see. There is this one, and then there's. By the way, if anyone has a question, they can ask.
Oh, okay. Think. Can you hear me, sir?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Have we have ended meeting, right? So people are just staying around for to learn about this Gitcoin, right?
Yep. I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. We have.
Oh, so everyone, the meeting has ended. Thank you for attending. So let's listen to what Think has for us. It's a nice one.
So yes, so we are just talking about how to fund projects or public goods on Gitcoin, and I am funding some projects, and we have we are on Gitcoin right now with BanklessDAO project, which consists of 4 different projects in BanklessDAO. One from the research guild itself. So we are looking for people to fund or help. So $1, one DAI goes a long way. So as you can see, I cannot fund my own grant because I'm on the team. So I have to take this one out. But in case you have like more than one project, here, this is how it shows. And you do the amount that you want to fund. If you want to fund them different amount too, you can put it there, right? So now you look at the matching, right? If I give one DAI, which is like $1 to this project, they will get 7.32 DAI. That is their matching, right? Because my distance is high. I don't know why crypto sapiens is 0.46 DAI, but they will have to, probably the project have to do some tweaking or something like that. If you look at crypto fees, my $1 matches to $21, right? So yes, $1 goes a long way to help the